Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 36. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Nathan and Skyler. Okay, so, this couple, this is not going to work, okay? There is so many reasons that this couple is not going to work. So we pick up right where we left off, and Nathan is at home. Skylar comes busting in like the police with her friend Gracie. And I thought for a second, I said, wait a minute, Gracie is somewhere she's not supposed to be, okay? The halfway house has no idea where she is, and she is hanging out with another felon, so, she could get thrown back in the jail. I said, now what if they had walked in on Nathan and found him overdosed? They would have had to call an ambulance, who would have called a police. So Gracie would have ended up back in jail. Girl, are you crazy as hell? I'm just saying. Anyway, they walk in and Nathan is in bed asleep. They scare the crap out of this dude. Now, I remember when she left to go get her hair done. Nathan said he was on his way to work. Okay, why have you been in bed for the last 4 hours? Nobody asked that question. Did you end up calling off work? Was there no work that day? Did you get to work and your boss said, go on home, Nathan? You look tired? I don't know. They never told us. But anyway, she gets dressed up and Nathan puts on his wrinklest outfit. Now listen, I am not the person who watches people's clothes. I am not the wrinkle police. You know what I mean? I am not one of those people that feel like I need to pull down the iron board and iron and start ironing everything. You know what I mean? But I don't like to look like a chitlin. Now listen, Nathan looked like a chitlin. I don't care what anybody says. His shirt was a wrinkled mess and so was his pants. I don't like that. Anyway, they end up going to a really cute restaurant on the lake. And I said, I've never even heard of this place. So I Googled it. And the prices are reasonable. I Googled that wine they were drinking. It was something called strawberry lemonade rosé. And you can purchase it at your local Target for $4.99. Anyway, it's not about the wine. The dinner starts off nicely. They are excited to be together. They're out in public. This is their very first date. We're right here on the lake. It's a little ambiance, Starts off great. It didn't end up great. No, 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 no. Okay, so listen. I would like to say that I blame the both of them for this turning into a complete disaster. She's at dinner with Nathan. And she is taking phone calls and text messages from a friend named Dustin. Now, she says that her and Dustin have been friends since way back in elementary. However, she is on a date, and I think that that's very rude. If you are on a date with someone, you should only be taking calls if it's an emergency. This conversation with Dustin is not an emergency, and you have already told us in the last episode how insecure and crazy Nathan can get. Not only that, we've already seen it, honey. We've already seen it from the very first episode with the whole tell me you love me, tell me you love me. I knew something wasn't right. And then at the coffee shop, the way he stared at her like endlessly, I said, oh, I'm nervous. I'm a little scared about this. We were all so focused on her and the dead ex-boyfriends that we didn't think about Nathan. What is going on? Okay, anyway, Nathan grabs up her phone because he won't eat. He will not eat a thing, not a carrot, not a cucumber, nothing, until she puts that phone down. He grabs the phone from her, and I thought to myself, I said, oh no, our relationship would be over right then. You don't grab for my phone, okay? That was rude. That was rude, but she was rude too, So he grabs the phone, and he tells the dude that he's on a date with his girl, and the dude is trying to give fly at the mouth. She's my friend. I can call her if I want to. You acting like a bitch. It was way too much. Meanwhile, she's snickering and smiling. No, ma'am, that is not cute. You are gaslighting the shit out of him. These two are not meant to be. Next thing you know, he doesn't want to eat anything, and she's not going to eat anything either. He just wants to go home. He is loud. He is angry. He is on his feet. Get up, please. Let's go. Let's go. I just want to go. Let's go. No. At this moment, if I was her, I would have been back on my phone, but you best believe it wouldn't have been with Dustin. I would have been back on the phone with my mom or brother, asking them to please come over to this beautiful little restaurant and pick me up. Okay, because Nathan is doing too damn much. And I wouldn't have wanted to get up and leave with him. They had one bottle of wine and had just ordered a second bottle. And this is the behavior between the both of them. This is a no-go. This dude gets so ticked off, he jumps in his truck and pulls off because she wouldn't leave with him. Then he calls her. You're just not going to go with me? You're just not going to leave with me? You're just going to let me walk away? I done drove off already. And some dude that she knows who robbed her at some point came over and brought her a shot to welcome her home. Knowing that she is on the phone talking to this psycho who just left a few minutes ago, Nathan gets upset and says he's on his way back. So when he comes back, I don't know if anybody else caught this, but I think he called that dude an N-word when he said, I can beat that N's ass. That's what I think they bleeped out. I ain't here for it, Nathan. What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, he wants to cause a bigger scene and he's ready to fight this man. Listen, I don't think this is going to work. It really isn't. She's talking about how she's embarrassed and, she can't believe he's acting like this, but you're the start of it. You started this and now you want us to treat you like you're the victim. You are not the victim, ma'am. You didn't have any business taking these phone calls from this dude. And not only that, your friend was not doing the right thing by continuing to call back. If you really wanted to stop this, you could have said, Nathan, give me the phone. Dustin, please stop calling back and forth like this. I'm on a date with Nathan. I'll call you tomorrow or something. She didn't take control of the situation. This is ridiculous. Skyler was being rude and inconsiderate, and she already knows who this dude is. Nathan is giving serious red flags. Nathan does not need to be in a relationship. He does not need to be married to anybody. The only relationship he needs is a relationship with a licensed therapist. Nathan, seek some help. Skyler, carry your ass back home to your mama. You and Nathan are not a match. That's just my opinion. And did anybody notice how many times Nathan kept saying, you think I'm a bitch? He just kept saying that over and over and over again. Boy, you are no longer in prison. You don't have to keep acting like this. And you will never get a pass from me using the N-word. Go on somewhere. Get some help. Where is Nathan's aunt when he needs her? Justine and Michael. So Michael's family show up so that they can pick up his kids and head back to Rhode Island where they live. And Justine takes it upon herself to pull Michael's mom and sister to the side so that she could apologize for how things popped off on their first family get together. And I personally was not here for any of it. Justine did the right thing. She tried to apologize and clarify how she felt and how, things went wrong. And Michael's mom and sister tried to play victim and tried to make it seem as if she was wrong. She popped off on them. She can't talk to them like this. And it was just too damn much. You guys are the problem. Michael's sister needs to butt the hell out. This is not your business. And you're doing too much and you're messy as hell. His mom came for her first. I understand you don't want your granddaughter to have a belly button piercing. You don't want her to get a tattoo. I get that. But that has nothing to do with Justine and her daughter. Justine's daughter is on the National Honor Society. Justine's daughter came to her and asked her for that tattoo, and she asked her for that piercing, and she said yes. That's her right and choice, what she wants to do for her daughter. I believe if she would have said no, her daughter would have followed those same rules and not gotten the tattoo. I understand you're worried about your granddaughter. You should have had that conversation with Michael, or you should have waited for a different time, sat down and spoke respectfully about what you expect regarding the care for your grandchildren. You had no right to disrespect that woman like that. That's all I'm saying. I am happy that Michael stayed and was a part of the conversation. I'm happy that he was able to pull them together. They do not have to argue and fight between each other. Let's try to make this work. We need to bring our family together. I don't know. He seems to be the one that is calm and level-headed. I still love Michael and Justine together. I'm even coming around to the matching outfits. It's starting to look cute to me, which I'm concerned. Because I remember back in high school when all the couples used to match in their cross color outfits and everything. I was one of them. And I also used to match outfits with my best girlfriends. I don't know why we did that. I have pictures of us. Anyway, this just makes no sense. I don't know why I like this, but I like it. I need help. So then we find out that Michael is on parole for 20 years. I said, oh my gosh, just like Amber and Puppy. 20 years, that's a long damn time. Listen, if he gets in trouble, he goes back to jail till 2042. This is not cute. This is not. Damn, poor thing. And can I just say something else that is probably not appropriate, but I think that he's handsome. I don't know. He might be the most handsome Love After Lockup man that I have seen since I started watching the program. Anyway, I'm going to move on. His parole officer told him that he is not approved to leave the state. He has to wait 60 days and they can revisit the subject. However, that means that he cannot ride to Rhode Island to see his kids. He still has to wait for either their mothers or for his mom to bring them to visit him, and they cannot move to Las Vegas. Also, if he has any kind of contact with law enforcement, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, he has to reach out to his parole officer and explain to them the contact, why it happened. If they find out that he has some sort of contact and it doesn't come from him, he could go back to jail. He is supposed to stay on the straight and narrow 100%. He is also not able to be outside of the home after 9 p.m. There's a curfew. Listen, he doesn't know how he's going to be able to make it through this. He feels as if he's being punished. And unfortunately, that is the truth. You are being punished for your past crimes. You were out here in these streets selling the H and the F, and that's dealing death, in my opinion. So, I am sorry, but follow the damn rules. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I am still here for this couple. I think that they're absolutely adorable, matching outfits and all. And I hope that he can follow the rules and keep his mama and sister the hell out of their marriage. It's too much. Monique and Derek. Now, honey, now listen. Monique and Derek spent this entire episode in a car chase in the car with the cameraman and the producer. I have never seen such, but let me tell you, I was entertained. I was really entertained. This is ridiculous. They are in the car. They are running red lights. They are taking lefts. They are taking rights. They are hopping over railroad tracks. Monique is in the car talking about, I can pull over, we can find out. The next thing you know, she is in the car crying. Oh my God, we gotta call the police. I don't care. I don't want to get killed. She is freaking out. I said, what happened to the Monique who was mad it? What happened to Monique that was straight ready to whoop his sister's ass? Where did she go? Okay, because you are in this car crying and having a fit. She was doing more crying and whining than the production people. Everybody was scared. They was rolling out. I said, listen, if you're all so frightened, why don't you just pull into a police station parking lot or a fire department's parking lot or a hospital? It's well lit. It's people around. There's always cops in the hood. What is going on? She wants to call the cops. Derek is screaming, no, don't call the cops. Don't call the cops. They get to one point where they have to stop at the stoplight and somebody gets out of the car. And Derek's like, go, 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 go. They're screaming and hollering. This was really entertaining. But at the same time, I said, why would you do all this if it's just your sisters? There's no way that you, the cameraman, and the producer could not stop your sisters from trying to whoop Monique's ass. This just doesn't make sense. Then when they finally come to a safe stop, they switch out some of the drivers. They pull security in. Monique needs a security officer in the car with her. She is freaking out. She is shaking. She is crying. Oh my goodness. She is visibly just shook. Anyway, they finally get to the hotel. He's having a conversation with production, and production said, do you know who that was following you? And he finally admits that he's got secrets from Monique and that he knows who was following them. Now listen, it seems to me that this dude has a girlfriend or had a girlfriend or was trying to talk to somebody on the side. It's what it looks like. It looks like there was another woman who was trying to find out what the hell is going on. And had she not gotten stopped by the railroad tracks, she would be up in his ass. He did not want it to happen. He said that if Monique found out who it was, she would blow their world up. Now, we see them back at the hotel. Monique's like, give me your phone. I said, damn, he can't have his phone to himself, even though you've already put the tracking app on his phone. She is just too much. She's sitting there going through his phone and everything. He says that he would like to go shopping. Can you please, since you have the phone, put the Uber app on the phone? And she doesn't want him to be out of her sight. She has decided that she is going to switch out cars at the rental company so that nobody knows what car they're in. And then she's going to change their hotel room and extend her stay. I said, wait a minute. Are you using PTO time or have you taken time off from your job? I'm thinking you are supposed to be the receptionist at the animal hospital. How long can you be off? What is going on? Anyway, she doesn't want him to go anywhere by himself. She is getting a bit of an attitude, and he told her that he would like to go shopping on his own. He needs some time. He tells production that she is smothering him so bad that he needs to get away from her for a little while before things just get worse. You know, he's feeling almost as if he is trapped or he is in some kind of prison. This woman does too damn much. She is on his ass 24/7. Give him 20 feet. Like, it's just too damn much. So listen, I am here for Monique and I wish her the very best. But girl, this is not a match made in heaven. It is not. You need to also become friends with a therapist. You cannot be in a healthy, happy, productive relationship and control the person and watch the person 100%. Even if you think you know where they are, you know what they're doing, you know who they're talking to, you still can't stop them. If someone wants to be with somebody else, if someone's going to cheat, they're just going to do it. You got to stop this. Monique, this is out of control. And I don't know exactly what you're up to, Derek. This could just be editing. This could be the WeTV people really messing with our heads, but it kind of looks like you're cheating. And that's not cute. It comes off as that you're using this woman and you know she's vulnerable. I don't like this. I don't like this. What I have a bigger problem with is the fact that Derek knew who was chasing them and he allowed those production people and Monique to be scared, to be afraid and worried for their lives, and to ride around the town for all of that time being afraid. I think that that was disgusting. It really was. You could have just allowed those people to know that you know who it is and it's okay. They're not going to shoot us or anything. You know, they thought that it was some past gang members or some kind of something to do with his past life. I mean, that was not okay. I know when Derek finally got out that hotel room, honey, he was running his ass off, smiling from ear to ear, couldn't wait to get into that Uber. I mean, he was free at last. Gabby and Chris. Honey, now listen, you know I am not interested in Gabby and Chris. Anyway, they start off this episode. Chris wants to get things back together. He wants to fix their relationship. There is nothing here to fix. Please go home to your mama's house. This is just not okay. They end up making breakfast together. Then after that, they had the good sex. Okay, he wanted everybody to know the next day, all the production and camera crew, and she wanted everybody to know they had the good sex all night long, all day long. It was good times, good times. Yuck is all I could think. Chris tells Gabby that he's got to go see his PO. She says that she's got to go to her mama's house. He goes outside to walk the 5 blocks to the train station. And he makes the comment that, you know, here he is walking to the train station. He's taking the train everywhere. And, you know, he paid for that car. And my thought is this. it is kind of sad. He got his ass whooped while he was in Rikers, won this lawsuit for 150,000, and then split the money pretty much between his mama and Gabby. And neither one of these women were smart enough to save any money for him, and he wasn't smart enough to not give all of his money away and have his attorney put it in some kind of interest-bearing account. So here he is out of jail, out of solitaire, with not a damn dime to his name, not a nickel, not a penny, nothing. This is one of the reasons why he is so pissed off. But he should be mad at himself for giving this girl money and for giving it to his mom. I mean, I don't mind giving your girlfriend a little bit of money, giving your mom a little bit of money, but why did you not think about the future? At some point, they were going to let you out and you were going to need something. This is ridiculous. Anyway, on his way to the train station, he realizes that his car is parked right out here in the front. The car that he paid for Gabby, that's in Gabby's name, is parked out here in the front after she told him the car was in the shop. I thought the damn thing had gotten repossessed. It turns out Gabby tells him, which is something totally different from what she told the lawyer later on in the episode. She told him that she had gotten pulled over by a police officer for speeding, and she didn't think she was speeding, so she pulled off. And now her license are suspended. Then she tells Chris that she has to get an attorney because, something happened. She got caught up. And he says, well, what do you mean you got caught up? What happened? What did you do? Was you out here selling drugs? And I said, wait a minute, career criminal. Are you really asking her about her crimes on TV, on the mic? What? She tells him that she can't talk about this. She's not going to do it on camera and, on the microphone. Then she goes on to tell him she can't say too much, but she was in the wrong place at the wrong time and got arrested and she could possibly go to jail. And Chris says, well, why did you lie to me? Why didn't you tell me about this? And I said to myself, girl, he's a felon. Like, he knows the legal system. He knows how it is to go to jail. And you married him. Why couldn't you tell him when the cameras weren't there? He's upset because he says that she's been lying to him. She should be able to tell him. Don't keep secrets from him. And I said, is this the same dude with the secret cell phone? I'm just saying, I just need to be clear. You can keep secrets from her, but she can't keep secrets from you. Both of you are full of shit. I can't stand either one of them. So then we figure out how bad she lied. When she goes to see the attorney, she tells the attorney that her license are suspended for unpaid speeding tickets. Then she got pulled over twice for driving on a suspended license. I said, well, what? You didn't tell Chris that part. Then she tells him that she's got some other charges in Superior Court where her and her cousin were out at some bar, got into a fight. Then she ends up mouthing off, I guess, to a security guard at the club and got arrested for assault and terroristic threats. I said, well, what was you saying to this man? Terroristic threats. Lord, this woman is just not smart. So then the lawyer tells her that she can plead guilty or not guilty. But if she pleads not guilty, the case could take 2 years to be solved, and that's a lot of money. And then she goes on to make this comment about how she's paying for everything. First of all, Gabby, you should be paying for the lawyer because it's your case and your crime. Second of all, why the hell were you not paying these speeding tickets? Chris gave you $60,000 and you couldn't use any of that money to pay these damn speeding tickets? You were able to get all that cosmetic surgery, a ring and a car, and you could not pay your traffic tickets? And you're complaining about spending your money. You should be spending your money because you spent all of his. Listen, I just really don't like this couple. Gabby is too childish. She is playing with this man, and his mental health cannot be 100% stable after spending all of that time locked down in solitary confinement. He pops off. I just wouldn't play with somebody like that. To me, I think that Gabby is mentally abusive to Chris, and I think that Chris was physically and mentally abusive to her. And they are just not a good couple. They are too toxic, and it's really hard to watch. Love After Lockup people, please don't bring them back. Aries and Cameron. This man cannot have a conversation without bringing up sex. He is very sexual in all of his conversations, which comes off to me as gross and nasty. There is nothing attractive about that. He has zero chill when it comes to sex. They're on their way to the studio, and he purposely lets her know that his PO says that he's allowed to drink, just not to excess. I said, what? This was his way of letting her know that he would definitely be drinking. You know, I really, really think that on the outside, Aries is a very beautiful person, but there is something missing. There is something wrong with her. I don't understand why she thinks that this guy is it. I don't know. As soon as they get to the studio, there's people in there throwing back drinks. They are smoking weed. It's 12 people in there. They're all men. She's the only woman, and not one damn man stood up and said, hey, would you like to have my seat? Instead, we'll just let her stand over here in the corner. None of that was cute. Then he got in the booth to throw down some rhymes. And I said to myself, I know love is blind, clearly. But I guess it's deaf too, because there was nothing awesome about his rapping. She thought that it was amazing. Oh my God, he sounded so great. What? Get the hell out of here. So she's all pissed off about him drinking and smoking weed in the studio with his friends. But this is the man that you want to marry and introduce to your daughter. Not cute. So then they go see the parole officer, and the parole officer says he can't leave Cincinnati at least for 60 days. After he's married and the 60 days is passed up, they will talk about it again and see if it's a good idea for him to leave the state and move to Florida with her. However, he's on parole for 3 years. It could get cut down to 18 months with good behavior, meaning no infractions. I don't see that happening. I really don't. I do not see this man being able to act like he's got some sense. So then they run off to get a marriage license, and she says that she feels like she has to mother him. I said, but yet and still, you still want to marry this guy that you have to mother the same way you have to mother your daughter. Where is her family and friends? I'm concerned. She needs someone that she has known for a long time, who is stable, who can speak some sense into this woman. This makes no sense. She also lets us know that her daughter is there. And I said, well, who the hell is her daughter with all this time when she was shocked up in the bed with him at the hotel, at the studio with him, running off to the probation office and getting this marriage license? Where is your daughter? Who is with her? Cameron just comes off as so creepy and just vulgar. I don't know why she's turned on by it. So they go to the tuxedo shop so he can pick out his tux because their wedding is the next day. And he introduces her to his two sisters that he hasn't seen in 3 years. Well, his two sisters, thank God, they were nothing like Derek's sisters. His two sisters were down to earth. They were kind. They were friendly. And they were able to speak facts in a very clear, calm, unbiased, unjudgmental way. One of his sisters said to her, since we are all mothers and we protect our children, even though he is my brother and I trust him and I know he's a good person because I've known him for so long, why are you okay with marrying someone who your daughter doesn't know? And I said, thank God, somebody is speaking sense. Aries says, when we leave here, I'm going to introduce her to him and they can bond. So she's going to get a few hours with him and that's going to be enough bonding time. That is a no-go for me. Aries, you have lost me. You are not all there. You can't be. You don't know him outside of this. In every episode since the very first episode, you have came with doubt after doubt after doubt. I hope he doesn't do this. I hope he doesn't do that. Oh, I don't like that he does this. Oh, I feel like I'm mothering him. Oh, he's drinking. I don't want him to drink. I don't want him hanging out. I don't want him smoking weed. I don't want him around girls. It's all these things. But yet and still, you want to bring him around your 9-year-old daughter. And then you keep saying that she doesn't have a father figure, but you want him to be in that role. What the fuck is it about him that says he's going to be a good father? Not one damn thing. I think that Cameron is absolutely 100% insufferable. I think that Aries has lost her damn mind. I think that this is not a good match. I think he's going to end up back in jail. And I don't want him around her daughter. I just think she's doing too damn much. And that's just my opinion. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.